The unmistakable voice there for Nita Baker in the morning time. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning to you wherever you are. I want to say thanks for being part of this morning's conversation. I want to say thank you for choosing to wake up at Classic in the morning time. And, of course, you were here, we were live, and we were well, ready and willing to commit ourselves to another day of productivity, no doubt. It's your boy Joseph Cadore, call me JC, and welcome to Classic in the morning time. Classic 105.5 and 105.9 on the FM band. And I want to say thank you for choosing to be part of this morning's conversation. A conversation that could be different in that it's possible that you could not have been part of that conversation. But the fact that you're still here, it means you need to just shake yourself up from whatever challenges you are. Maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. It is possible. Or maybe you're not quite certain as to what your next move in life could possibly be. And whatever that situation is, I just want you to remind yourself. Remember there's a song from Sonika McKee that if you have a dream, I want to remind you that if you do in fact have a dream, that you want to be able to continue to live and fulfill that purpose. It's a bit rainy in some parts of the outside, but wherever you are, whatever is happening, I'm hoping that you have a really joyous vibe on the inside that allows you to look beyond what you think you're feeling, what you think you're realizing, and say, thank God, I'm alive and well, thank God. Everything in life may not be perfect. It may not be the ideal situation that I want to be in, but at least I am eternally grateful that I'm here, that I'm alive, and I am well. Yes? So good morning to you, those here at home, those across the region, wherever you are. I want to say thank you for being part of this morning's conversation. Lady Mary Banks, good morning to you. Yulin Alexander, everybody else that's online, and Yulan Swan, good morning to you. And indeed, yes, Yulan, it's going to be a totally productive day. Yes? So, I'm not sure what your plans are, but I promise you, I commit to myself that I'm giving you the best of myself. And if you can do the same thing, commit to give the best of yourself, the best of productivity. Everything else would fall in line. Well, you know what's going to fall in line as well? The word of the day. And the word of the day is actually ubiquitous. Yes? We're going to pop up definition and screen in just a bit. But the word for the day is ubiquitous. And it's present everywhere. So it's in a sense, this social media has become a ubiquitous part of life. It's everywhere. It's part of what we do. It isn't that strange. It isn't that random phenomenal thing. It has become part of our everyday way of life. So the word ubiquitous, ubiquitous, that's the word for the day. And remember when you were in school, they always said to you, you break it up in syllables. Yes, so you break it up and add another word to your vocabulary. See how you can become much better person. Ubiquitous. That's the word of the day. And certainly want to say good morning to Paulette and the rest of the team that's locked in. Paulette inside of Mount Morris. Good morning to you, Helen Elias Raymond, and everybody else that is locked in to Classic in the morning time. So we've gone through the word of the day and the motivational tip of the day. Something to stir you, to get you a little bit inspired to become a better individual. That word that comes up in just a bit for you right here on Good Morning Grenada. The motivational tip of the day. So, what's the quote of the day? Find your way. And it's important that you find your way in life. Identify the deeper purpose behind your goals. A strong why keeps you driven. So just leave it on screen for a while. So today we want to identify the deeper purpose behind our goals. And very often a strong why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? What's the real purpose? Am I going to school just because I am of school age and I'm required to go to school? Am I coming to work because, I have nothing else to do? Find that deeper purpose and very often ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? So that's your motivational tip of the day, and I hope that you could inwardly process and assimilate and dig deep. Now let's take care of the physical man. Nutritional health tip for the day that comes to you from our wonderful friends at Grenada Food and Nutrition Council.
Follow these steps and you'll be fine. Drink lots of water. Keep the body.
Turmeric is a locally sourced plant that is part of the ginger family. It is considered to be a spice that has several healthy benefits and can be used in different ways. Turmeric is native to the Southeast Asian and Indian subcontinent and is a golden orange spice that is the rhizome or fruit of the flowering plant. It is used in cooking and in traditional medicine and is known for its vibrant color and flavor. Many, however, are unaware of the nutritious value turmeric adds to foods, as the rhizome contains the compound curcumin, which has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Turmeric has been known to aid in the reduction of inflammation. It provides pain relief and also assists in supporting liver and kidney function. It is also known to assist people with arthritis, as its anti-inflammatory properties assist in alleviating joint pain. The spice can also be used in spice mixtures and seasonings for cooking and preparing foods. It can also be used to make homemade dressing along with olive oil and vinegar for your salads. Another great way to consume turmeric is by making a drink called golden milk. This is made by simmering freshly grated turmeric or turmeric powder with coconut milk, honey, and spices like nutmeg and cinnamon with a pinch of black pepper on the stove for a few minutes. This drink is healing, can help to relieve and reduce pain, and can be consumed at any time. Although healthy and safe to consume, studies have shown that it is important to not overuse turmeric because it can upset the stomach and can negatively affect digestion in some people, as the spice does help in stimulating the stomach to produce more gastric acid. Turmeric can also cause thinning of the blood, which can cause a person to bleed profusely if they receive a cut because of its purifying properties. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Minerals ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
We look at, we're eating, and we are feeling well. And feeling well should not just be and isn't just about physicality. We want to be able to feel well emotionally, financially, socially. Yes, we want to be able to take ourselves to the next level and to appreciate exactly what is it that is happening. Well, just as we look at what the plan is for the day, we've had yesterday, actually, since Monday, well, yesterday, that is Monday, the RGPF, they did remind us that they'll be shooting another practicing. They'll be up on the range in Pearls today, so they're encouraging persons to be aware of that, vehicle owners, small craft operators, to be aware of the fact that the Royal Grenada Police Force will be conducting training up on the range in Pearls today, so you be aware of that. Well, the midday morning edition of news comes up in just a bit, and just to give you full appreciation as to what is trending, well, the NNP to host a press conference at 9 o'clock this morning. Yes, and that is in fact we'll discuss among other things the convention report, as well as Peter David's resignation. We'll understand that's in Jamaica. They've recorded at least one less murder so far this year when compared to last year. And there is sports, cricket, lovely cricket, a lot of that is happening. And then we take a look at what's happening inside of the GFA. Yes, so that is enough to keep you busy. Then later in the morning, we'll be talking about the chess competition that is on. Looking at the game of chess, its benefits, what's there to be derived from it, and certainly only last year we had a team that went to Budapest. It was that took place that participated in a chess tournament there. We'll be having that conversation in later on in the morning. We're keeping our eyes on the clock, Grenada. It is exactly 17 minutes onto the hour of 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, workers? Well, you better get cracking. If you're getting there for aid, depending on where you are. And I just want to say a special good morning to all of these children of the nation, those of school age, that is, and I want to encourage you to create a positive mental outlook. as it relates to life. Yes, a positive mental outlook. You want to make sure that that's exactly what you do. If there's somebody you needed to send, I need to send birthday greetings to, and it is, yes, so I want to send out a birthday greetings to Mr. Edmund Joseph, a.k.a. Uncle Eddie of Calvini. It's interesting. He takes 104 today. He's a centurion. Well, all God's blessing to you, my dear sir, as you celebrate. And the greetings coming from your 3 daughters and your grands and great-grands. Yes? The morning edition of news comes up next, right here on Classic in the Morning Time.
Grenadians, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to celebrate the next 50, embracing a future of development, transformation, and unity as we ready ourselves to mark the Grenada's 51st anniversary of independence. On February 7th, 2025, activities include the Independence Monarch Competition semifinals, January 25th at Lassages Playing Field, with the final carded for Saturday, February 1st at the Sutters Bus Terminal. National Church Service, February 2nd, 3 p.m., Crossview RC Church. February 6th, National Colors Day, Interministerial Competition and Independence Cultural Extravaganza from 7 p.m. at the Grenfell Bus Terminal. And on Friday, 7th, it's the grand finale at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, the Independence Day Rally, Military Parade, and Made in Grenada Expo. Let's all celebrate in true Grenadian unity, the anniversary of our 51st independence.
Grenada is such a beautiful country.
Fourteen minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock. This is the GBN Morning Edition of News for today, Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Coming up in the news, the NNP to host press conference on multiple matters, including post-convention report. MP Peter David resigns from NNP. In the region, Jamaica records 1 less murder so far than this year compared to 2024. On the international front, well, Donald Trump, President Trump that is, reflects his promises to roll back transgender protection. While in sports, the GFA Premier League continues. The details right after the break.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Welcome back with the details. I am Joseph Cadore. The new National Party would host a press conference this morning to address several matters, including update on youth convention, Carrick and PD Martinique trip, post-convention report, and Grenada's state of affairs. The press conference, scheduled for 9 a.m. this morning, comes 1 day after the immediate resignation of Member of Parliament for St. George, Peter David, from the NNP. David's resignation letter was addressed addressed to and sent to Dr. Keith Mitchell, chairman of the party, as well as Deputy Chairman Gregory Bowen, political leader Emmeline Pear, and Deputy Political Leader Nolan Cox, as well as the General Secretary Roland Bowler. It comes a little more than 1 month after the NNP held its convention and elected a new executive. David was among two vying for the leadership, but he withdrew from the race hours before the December 15th, 2024 convention. Following his resignation, political leader of the New National Party, Emmeline Pear, confirmed to our news desk the party's receipt and acceptance of the resignation.
That we have received resignation letter from Brother Peter David, and just to say that as a party we acknowledge the receipt of his resignation, and we wish to extend our very best wishes to him in the future as he continues his work.
The political leader did not disclose the reason for the resignation.
As it relates to reason, I can't allude to that. I'm aware of the resignation, but I have not spoken to him since his resignation. I know there's a letter that has been addressed to me, but I have not read the contents of the letters yet, so I can't speak to what was stated as the reason.
Well, we can tell you attempts to reach Peter David for comments were futile. Well, in a press release on Monday, the New National Party said it remains steadfast in its mission to serve the people of the tongue of St. George and Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique with dedication. David joined the New National Party in 2014 after he was expelled from the National Democratic Congress in 2012. In 2003, he became a member of the Parliament for the tongue of St. George with 1,280 votes and won the seat again in 2008 with 1,445 votes, followed by 2018 and 2022 general election. He again won the seat. This other story to tell you, the Birch Grove Medical Station has been closed effective immediately. This notice came from the Ministry of Health in a bid to inform the public, and in particular residents of Birch Grove, St. Andrew, and the station's suspension of service. This action, it said, has become necessary to facilitate urgent and outstanding renovation to the facility to better serve and accommodate residents of the community and to safeguard staff's well-being. Clients affected by the closure are encouraged to utilize the services offered at the Grand Brass Medical Station. Continuing with the news, Barbados Prime Minister and CARICOM Chair Mia Motley wants the Caribbean, after formulating a strategy to tackle the escalating challenges of crime and violence in the region, to work on implementing the George Bridge Declaration this year. The landmark document was unveiled during the second regional symposium on violence as a public health issue, the Crime Challenge, hosted by Barbados in Guyana. Ms. Motley, in a sit-down interview, said the declaration is anchored on the working definition of crime and violence as a public health issue.
We were able to settle on a range of measures, from those that look at criminal justice reform, legislative reform, those that look at violence as a public health disease and what we must do in the medium to long term to be able to change how our people treat to conflict and how our people see themselves, so as to minimize the opportunities for crime that would otherwise exist. We have taken a decision to engage a former Attorney General of the region, to help us lead in this effort, because it was felt that someone must come to work every day, given the extent to which the region wants to see urgent change and indeed modernization of its criminal justice sector, while at the same time strengthening law enforcement.
Continuing with the news and moving specifically to Jamaica, where the island has recorded 43 murders during the first 18 days of 2025, one less than the comparative period last year, and that's according to figures released by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Well, the JCF said the murders are at a minus 2.3% lower than last year, and that while 5 parishes have recorded a 100% murder rate, increase in the murder rate, the other parishes registered murder rates ranging from 200 to 700%. Well, the JCF figures show that St. Andrew South led the way in murders with 700% after 8 people were killed during the first 18 days of this year as compared to the same period last year. St. Andrew Central registered 4 murders so far, while Westmoreland, Hanover, and St. James registered 1. Well, in St. Vincent, an armed robber who put a man to kneel in an execution position, threatening to kill him, begged for his life after the man overpowered him and began beating him in the head with the gun. For his crime, Fernando Daniel, 29, will spend a further 17 years, 9 months, and 30 days in prison. A jury found him guilty of the charges of robbery, possession of an unlicensed firearm, possession of an unlicensed round, and 400 ammunition. Of course, he was also charged for the unlawful discharge of a firearm, wounding in connection with an assault of the individual. Much of the assaults took place in a churchyard, and Stapleton had become so wary of Daniel's taunt that he told him he will kill him if he wasn't sure if he intended to do the same. Quite interested. Well, in his first address as the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump firmly expressed his stance on gender, asserting that there are only 2 genders, male and female. The declaration reflects his position on social issues, emphasizing traditional views on gender identity. The statement drew attention and sparked a debate as it highlighted the administration's approach to sensitive social topics, while Trump's remarks set the tone for his policy priorities on issues relating to the identity and social norms during his second term.
As it relates to reason, I can't...
It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Well, continuing with the news, Palestinians have recovered dozens of bodies under the rubble in Gaza, and are searching for thousands more as the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas continues to hold for a second day. Medical source told Al Jazeera yesterday that the bodies of 97 Palestinians have been recovered in the destroyed city of Rafah in southern Gaza since the ceasefire took effect the previous day, with the release of the first 3 captives held by Hamas and 900 Palestinians from Israeli jail. Well, that's the end of the local, regional, and international news. Sports is next. At 4 minutes onto the hour in the morning time, we take a look quickly as to what's happening in the Premier League. Well, with the penultimate round of matches in the GFA Premier League, the standings are as follows. Well, we can tell you that the title winner and relegations have already been decided, with the final round of matches to decide who finishes the season in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. Well, Paradise FC, well, it is all but a done deal as they lead at the top with 51 points. Well, following them are St. John Sports and Queen's Park Rangers, both tied on 34 points. We can tell you that FC Cameron and Hurricanes SC are closely behind with 30 points. Shamrock SC sits on 20 points, while Sab Spartans have 18. Hard Rock SC, they're next on 17 points, while Fontenoy United, you're in 8 at the bottom of the table. There is Mount Rich SC with 3 points. Meanwhile, 5 teams are still in the running to secure a spot in the Premier League, as it is set up, as action heats up in Division 1. Kintelli currently sitting at the top of the table in Division 1. It's North Stars, they lead on 39 points. St. David's FC, they are closely behind with 36, while St. Andrews Football League, they have 34 points. Hunver, we can tell you, they're in contention in the first division with 32 points. The RGPF FC are in the middle of the table on 26, Springs SC on 18 points, and Combined Northerners, they are on 16. Well, that's the latest in sports. Well, not in fact the latest in sports. We can tell you that in the Under 19 World Cup, the West Indies, they suffered a second loss, and putting them in a bit of a bind in the tournament. India, they are currently sitting at the top of the table. And that's the latest in sports. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll link up with the team inside of the MBIA for the latest weather report. Two minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock, Cassia Johnson joins us from the MBIA with the latest weather report. Good morning, Cassia. You're live.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday, 21st January 2025. Currently at the airport, conditions are partly cloudy with slight haze. Winds are from the east at 11 miles per hour. Pressure 1015.4 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 25.9 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 77%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.2 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 23.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 1.3 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 66.3 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with the occasional light to moderate showers. Today's maximum temperature 30.0 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough, waves up to 10 feet in northeast to easterly swells. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are currently rising and will be high at 8 a.m., low at 2:30 p.m. Sunset today, 6:32, sunrise tomorrow, 6:05. Again, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with the occasional light to moderate showers. A marine advisory remains in effect. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Thank you, Cassia. All the best to you.
You're welcome.
Get money when you want.
If you're 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Well, now for a recap of the headlines. NNP to hold press conference on multiple matters, including post-convention report, while MP Peter David resigns from the NNP. In the region, well, Jamaica records one less murder so far this year compared to 2024. On the international scene, well, Trump orders reflects his promises to roll back the transgender protection. While in sports, well, we say congratulations to Paradise, while we continue to monitor the rest of the action in the Premier League and the First Division. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Joseph Cadore, saying thanks for being part of the broadcast. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back to continue. Good morning, Grenada.
Unlocking opportunities, Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel through the easy bill, safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly, keep the number true. Excel through the easy bill, promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Excel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Excel and the NTRCs digitally transforming our space together.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Are you ready for the ultimate culinary showdown? GBN presents Oil Down Fest. Oil Down Fest. Oil Down Fest 2025. Who will be crowned the Oil Down King or Queen? Compete to win in exciting categories like the most creative presentation and People's Choice. Mark your calendars, Saturday, February 1st, 2025, and join us in celebrating Grenada's 51st Independence Anniversary in style. Call or WhatsApp 473-407-8458 to register. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. This one-of-a-kind festival will feature electrifying music from Hot FM's top DJs, vibrant craft exhibition, and captivating performances by local artists. Don't miss the tastiest and most exciting event of the year, GBN's Oil Down Fest 2025. Saturday, February 1st.
Oh, they look real good, Proudly supported by Flow.
Grenadians, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to celebrate the next 50, embracing a future of development, transformation, and unity as we ready ourselves to mark the Grenada's 51st anniversary of independence. On February 7th, 2025, activities include the Independence Monarch Competition semifinals, January 25th at Lassages Playing Field, with the final carded for Saturday, February 1st at the Sutters Bus Terminal. National Church Service, February 2nd, 3 p.m., Crossroad RC Church. February 6th, National Colors Day, Interministerial Competition and Independence Cultural Extravaganza from 7 p.m. at the Grenfell Bus Terminal. And on Friday, 7th, it's the grand finale at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, the Independence Day Rally, Military Parade, and Made in Grenada Expo. Let's all celebrate in true Grenadian unity, the anniversary of our 51st independence.
Grenada is such a beautiful country.
Ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile.
Why worry? Just be happy. And it's interesting, you listen to the song and you're thinking, no worry. He has no idea what I'm going through. I have learned, Janelle, that you go through things in life, and when you think that your situation is the worst, that your position in life is at base, and there's no other options to life, you then realize, you stop, and then you realize, whoa, things ain't that bad after all.
Not that bad.
I might be challenged on many fronts. I might be bombarded. But you know what? If we stick it out, we learn reading truly to dig deep, you then realize you have no reason to worry.
You'll be fine.
You will be fine.
You'll be fine.
It's either you can pay the bills or you can't pay. If you can't pay it, what are the options?
It's tough for you to figure out how to pay it.
Right? Or I might decide to call Janelle Lewis and say, listen, friend, things kind of coconias. Or you call Grenlec and say, listen, folks, I can't afford, I can't pay $200, I can pay $150. And you'll be surprised. They will help you out. Good morning, Prudence, and the rest of the team inside of Grenlec. And to those of you, wherever you are, 10 minutes onto the hour of, well, gone past the hour of 7 o'clock. If you're heading there for 7:30, well, then I suggest if you're in your public transport, it means you left home late. Private transport, you left home late. Don't go telling the driver, step on the gas. It ain't any of his business while you were late. But let's see how we can go through this. Well, with me in studio this morning is the project officer of the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs, Janelle Lewis. Janelle, good morning, and it is indeed a pleasure seeing you. There's always some great news whenever I see you.
Yes, whenever the Office of Creative Affairs comes by, it's always great news. Well, Happy New Year to you. I know this is the first time I'm seeing you for the year. So, Happy New Year.
I have no problem saying Happy New Year, or there were those who probably feel a bit challenged. You can say Happy 2025.
Happy 2025, okay.
Yes,
Happy 2025.
Either way, it is good with me. Great news. You have another workshop that is on its way.
And it's backed by popular demand, actually.
Yeah?
So it's Price It Right. Nice, catchy name for it. Price It Right.
Sounds like something that would do well for one of those game shows.
Yes, Price It Right.
Price It Right?
Yes, Price It Right. So it's Price It Right, costing and pricing essentials for creatives. And as you know, as the Office of Creative Affairs, we're all all things creative, everything that you can think about as it relates to supporting the creatives in Grenada, whether it's by financing, concessions for their business, capacity building, and so on. That is what we're doing. So we're having the workshop again because we had it once already, and number one, it was oversubscribed for registration at the point when we hosted it, and number two, we had people, I mispriced it right, I wasn't able to get off. Are you having it again? Are you having it again? So what better way to start off 2025 by making sure that we have this in-demand workshop available for creatives.
What's the key objective, though?
It's essentially teaching creatives how to gather all the costs associated with your work, because sometimes you would find that you have creatives operating and they might think, this is not making me any money, it's not worthwhile, it's not, but then you're not pricing it right. You're putting in all this effort and your work is not being priced right. How do you associate all the costs, whether it's, and even if you're working out of your home, you might be using additional electricity to do that piece of craft, additional water, whatever it is. So it's a costing and pricing workshop. So in order for you to think about what are all the costs that goes into this creative piece that I'm doing, and how do I price it, and it's different pricing strategies, because you have to make sure you price it in a way that might suit the market and still making sure that you have a kind of profit margin. So that's what that workshop will teach you.
And the thing with creatives, because very often it doesn't conform to traditional marketplace.
Correct.
It might be difficult for you to determine off your head, how much do I charge for this for an item? And one person maybe said, I'm charging you this because my name is Joseph Cadore, and believe me, I'm going to charge you at Jason's price.
And that is also because if it is that you're charging based on your stature and what you bring, and you're Joseph Cadore, and that's your pricing strategy, that can work also. And that is what's important, because we bring together, we look at the different types of subsectors within the industry, and you, based on your subsector, would be able to apply what you've learned to your specific activity.
So they would learn some of the specific concepts, the pricing strategies, and the policies. So what are some of the pricing strategies and those policies? Just give me a feel.
I won't be the facilitator, but because I was in the first workshop, I can tell you, there's penetration pricing. Whether or not you coming and you say, let me give them a little taste and see how the market reacts.
Get my foot in there.
Right. So there's penetration pricing. There is some that you might do competition pricing. So you charging 50, I charging 45. But then you have to make sure that it's worth it. It's not just a matter of undercutting the market. What is supposed to work for you? And that is what they're going to learn. We have a great facilitator, Mr. Lyndon Bob. He is well versed in a lot of MSME training and so on. And the first time when we had him, this is the second workshop technically that we're doing with him. So he did our money-minded workshop the first time. So now we're doing Price It Right, and everybody loves him. They love his approach. They love his practicality. They love when he gives examples. He's practical about it. It's not just, theory, and they don't understand how do I apply it in the real world. So we're really happy about that.
Indeed, Marketing 101, that's what I'm going to refer to it as, Marketing 101. And as you see, you look at the different pricing strategies, and I'm certain it can be quite enlightening. Because as you says, when you look at pricing, it could be for penetration. You may treat your service as a niche market service. So somebody may ask, as you said, why are you charging me $200? Hello.
Can you get this kind of service anywhere else?
Yeah. So persons have to be able to understand that, to be able to appreciate what is it they're offering to the public.
Correct.
Right? So, but in doing that, Joy, it means that as creatives, you have to be at the top of your game.
Correct. And that is one of the things that we always preach every time I come here. Treat your business as a business. Because then, if we keep with the blight culture, you do that for me, and if we keep with the blight culture, culture, then people would not want to appreciate what you're doing and want to pay you for your craft. You treat your business as a business. Even if you want to give a blight for a worthy cause or so, that can be fine. But you don't want people to just, handle you any kind of way according to, local parlance. You don't want people to do that. So,
and if you do decide you're giving a blight, the marketplace, the customer must understand that this is my standard.
Correct.
And this is what I bring to the fore. However, you don't refer to them as though to suggest, well, look, because it's interesting. It's interesting. While they will take it, if somebody recommends you, suggests you to start thinking, nah, JC and all that, maybe try somebody else. So you have to be able to understand and know your product itself.
Correct. And that is what it's all about. So even when it comes to costing and pricing, even when we think back to the money-minded workshop, we want them to keep records. Give invoices for your service. Keep your records, your business records, because you're treating your business as a business. You're treating this craft as a craft, because somebody might look at you and want to think your services, and then they come to you and, can I have a quotation?
Right.
Well, you could give me a 200. So we want them to actually take it seriously, really take it seriously.
If you don't take you serious,
who's going to take it seriously?
Who is going to? I had an experience with a gentleman sometime last week, and I was engaged in his services, and I said to him, I need a receipt. And it's almost as I was asking this guy to commit some mortal crime.
Exactly.
And he's like, receipt.
There are bill books selling in Brydon's for $7. Go pick one up.
Keep it in your glove compartment.
Correct.
What could be wrong with
exactly that? And when we think of and all these things, the record keeping and so on, it's all part of treating your business as a business, because when you have to get different perks, for lack of a better word, from the Office of Creative Affairs, whether it's financing through the GDB or you're going to get the concessions, we are going to need that Inland Revenue tax certificate. And if you're registered for taxes, then we're going to need that letter of compliance that Inland Revenue says you have filed your taxes and you're in compliance.
And I'm happy that you've raised that, because remember, we've had conversations with GDB in the past with small businesses that's requiring a loan. So you go to your loan officer and they ask you, well, you want $10,000. But how much do you make a month? How much do you do? And all of a sudden you're in a quandary because you have no idea.
Or even if you have an idea, you have no way to prove that is what you made last month or the month before. So it's all, keeping records is all part of it. Even if it's as simple as you keep records of the invoices that you would have issued, and you keep records of your receipt for things that you purchased. A simple profit and loss statement, revenue, expenses, something as simple as that. We want them to get into the habit of doing that, because you cannot go for a loan and in the financial sections we just pulling numbers out the air. You actually, it doesn't make sense. You actually need to be able to say, or even at least have a good forecast. So even if you starting this year, we're in January, New Year's resolutions, let us start keeping business records. So even if we started this year and we completed this year, we might have an idea to make a projection as to what next year might look like, or the year after.
And would you agree that challenge, because very often it's a small business, and that is in fact one of the challenge to small business, sole trader business, because you don't have an accountant, you don't have to take over.
And you have to do everything.
You might be doing this thing for the last 20 years, and you're just doing it because you're barely surviving, not realizing that you could move from barely surviving to profitability.
Correct.
And it's all because you're not taking care of your business.
You're not taking care of it, and you're not allowing yourself to get more experience, to gain the knowledge of, okay, you cannot afford an accountant.
Right.
Just a little workshop might help you know the basics. And then you might find TAMCC students in the area who might want a little practice. So you have to want to have interest in it. So it's not just about your craft, and that is the whole point of all the capacity building training that we do, even the TAMCC training. You have mastered mastered your craft. Yes, you can touch it up, but you have mastered your craft. But the business side of it, to make sure that your craft is viable and an appropriate way of earning a living, that's where we come in.
That's very often that's what makes the difference between the catch your A set of people. Yeah, you know those, the catch your A set. And a lot of individuals, they need to be a change of mindset. I am not doing a hustle. This is a business.
This is a business, and this is my livelihood, and I shall treat it as such. Because you cannot go out there, and then when you look at big companies and so on, and you might think, well, there's a big company, I'm a small man. No. The principles of business apply to every business.
Business is business.
And the aim of business is to make a profit. Whether or not you do it for, I love it, and it's my passion, that's fine, and that's great.
Well, allow your passion to make some money for you.
To make a profit, because then if it's just something, then that means it's just a hobby.
And that's where you find an individual over there. You see them for 2 years, and because there's passion, but that passion is not yielding productivity and profit. After 2 years,
they might let it go.
I thought there was X, Y, and Z, and you ask them, what happened to the business?
That's it. Too much time, and I don't see in my way, and how much man owe me, and
all costs must be considered.
Correct.
Even if it's to be, okay, you want me to come and do some photography for you in Grenville. Where are you located? There's transportation costs. There's the time. I had an event to do recently, and the gentleman asked me, well, how much is the cost? And I said, well, that depends. This is the base.
Exactly.
This is my base. However, if you want me to dress up like a Saudi prince, because that's the class of your event, then hello, I have to...
Correct.
This is what it's going to be.
Right.
I am moving. Where are you? You in the north of the island? Hello? Gas? How am I getting there? So those are things you always have to factor in to see if it makes sense.
Yeah, and that is where the entire costing comes, because then you might have a per hour charge, and you didn't even think that this place is all in the back of where.
Correct.
You didn't even think that, okay, yes, I have my per hour charge, but it's like 10 hours, so I need to allocate for a meal, I need to allocate for this, that, and the third. And then when you do it and you didn't factor in all those costs, then you realize, Lord, that was a waste. So, I didn't make that. Or then you might just say flat out, because you're not considering costs. Me, I don't doing this again. I'm taking this off my allocation. But you didn't think about, how do I incorporate all the costs incurred to then set my price? And that takes us back to price it right.
And again, always remember, your price is your price, but you have to be able to appreciate, and that's where the justification comes in, because you may just tell a person $800,
right?
And they're asking in your mind, the back of the mind, they're thinking, you figure out money on the ground.
But then in the workshop, you would also get examples of this, because then in terms of pricing, you would learn what is the minimum I can charge to make sure it's not a waste. Right. So then when you set your minimum, then you might say, other people have been charging XYZ, so you know what? It's safe for me to charge this. Right. And that's the tools that you're going to learn in the workshop.
Those are some of the tools that you're going to learn in the workshop. When is that workshop?
It's happening next week, Tuesday, and next week, Wednesday. So the 28th and the 29th of January. Registration is still open. I must say, however, we've been getting a lot, and it might be that we might have to run this again.
Well, I think you should.
Yes.
And it may not just be a workshop just for creatives, but for small businesses on a whole.
Well, we deal with creatives, but we can give other entities the little what's the word I'm looking for? The little suggestion that they can run a training like this.
And I think so. So creative is going to do it, because a lot of people, when you meet them, they might just be selling fudge and sugar cake by the side of the road.
Right.
But for them, does it really make sense to be selling fudge and sugar cake for 8 hours by the side of the road, and you're making a little, or maybe I should opt to do that. Maybe do this that allows me to make the same money in
maybe
2 hours.
Right, and maybe twice a week as opposed to every day, and so on. So these are all, even when you think of small businesses, all small businesses, I mean, we would find one of the reasons why the Office of Creative Affairs was established, it is because that creatives indicated that the nuances and their specific niche were not being addressed by the traditional trainings that you would find on the outside. So at general fudge and sugar cake, retail kind of wholesale, you would find a training for them. But then when it comes to, as you say, your photography, your producers, your musicians, your performers, how does a performer incorporate the time it takes to rehearse into their pricing, that 2 hours for a show? How do you do that? So the little nuances of the creative industries, this is what that workshop would cover.
Indeed. So that's coming up next week. Registration is limited.
Yes, registration space is limited, so we want people to register. Our registration link is on our social media platforms, so it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. If you're not on any of those and you'd like to send us a WhatsApp message, you can do so, 534-4622, and we'll be happy to send you a link. If you prefer to send us an email, we're available at info@creativeaffairs.gov.gd. And just to say, it's a 2-day workshop, and it's 9 to 12 on both days, because it's a lot of, the last time we did it, we had to put it on one day because the stadium was flooded and so on, so we had to put it on one day. And even being part of the workshop, because we're also part, we're listening, we want to hear the information too. We realized that it was a lot for one day. So we want the first day, when you get the principles and the theories and so on, we want you to go home and really take it in. And then the next day is more practical. It's like, this is what we're doing, and really getting you to understand the information that was given to you on the first day. So it's a 2-day workshop, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the National Stadium VIP room.
And again, remind you that limited spaces are available. How can they reach you?
534-4622 if they want to call, or they can send a WhatsApp message. We know a lot of the times, people they're not in a position to pick up the phone and have a full conversation. You can send us a WhatsApp message. We are very, very, very responsive on WhatsApp. You can call us, or you can send an email, or you can go to the ministerial complex at the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture. That's on the 4th floor. You can go there and have a discussion with our office assistant.
And certainly you want to remind them when they send in the WhatsApp details, and remind them that they're not sending it to their friends.
Yes. No, you're not sending it to your friends. It's real people who have a job, and this is their job. And if you want to ask a question, you can ask a question. Though we're responsive, you can ask a question, we would answer. You can call also on WhatsApp, and we'll answer.
But when you send the WhatsApp, don't type GM for good morning and how are you, HRU.
Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. So when we translate to these kind of social media, more informal chats, that's what we get.
Well, what it's going to do, though, is going to help them to adopt and appreciate
that
sense of professionalism.
Of course, yes. Of course it does.
So, General Lewis, and you are the project officer?
Correct.
Yeah. And anything else you want to share before we call it a day?
Well, we also have registration for that has closed. But just to share a bit on all the capacity building initiatives that we have. We do have the workshops, and we have them quite frequently, but we also have, I don't know if you saw, but it'll be 2 weeks ago, Thursday the 9th, we had a lovely certificate and award ceremony for the TAMCC specialized courses for creatives. So those courses were specifically created for creatives and offered by TAMCC, and we had a combined total of 87 passes in that cohort.
Nice.
So it was a really good evening. It was, and even with the pictures on social media, just a shout out to your I don't know if it's program officer or so, Miss Eugenia Peters. She was actually part of that cohort, and she did digital media as a course, right? So it was really lovely to see that. And now TAMCC registration was last week, and there were a lot of registrants, and we're looking forward to seeing another batch of creatives complete these courses.
Well, the clarion call has been made. Price it right. It takes place next week. 2 days instead of the National Stadium. Spaces are limited, so you want to make sure you register early.
Today.
So that's next week, the 28th and the 29th.
Yes, next Tuesday and Wednesday.
And you can call number 534-4622. If not, when you call, ask for Janelle Lewis. She is the project officer and it's the office of the creatives. 29 minutes until the hour of 8 o'clock. I say goodbye to Lady Lewis, and I'm inviting two interested individuals. One, grown senior citizen, and a younger one, as we talk about a chess tournament. I wonder if they will give me an opportunity to go to Budapest with them next time.
You know how to play chess?
Do I know how to play chess? We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back right here on Classic in the Morning.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical.
The 70s, the 80s. And if you probably grew up in the 90s, I think good music probably ended at that period, but that is just my opinion. Maybe I'm probably going to ask Kwabena. Kwabena, what say you? What was the best period for music, objectively?
70s, 80s, I would agree. And there is still good music being created, but it's less, perhaps.
You get a lot of remixes and all of this sort of stuff, but I say, I mean, the music from that period, it's
amazing. We were touching our emotions and touching our humanity in a better way.
And I think that's what was really important about the music. It wasn't just vain words. It's music you could connect with. It was music from the heart. When you heard a song from Bonnie Tyler, wow, it gives you goosebumps on the inside. But what is it that wants that giving you goosebumps as well, Grenada, is the game of chess. And with me in studio this morning is Kwabena Amen, and he's representing the Grenada Chess Federation, and he is in fact the chair of the Chess in School. Kwabena, let's talk about the Grenada Chess Federation.
Right. Thank you, Gun. Good morning. Good morning to our listeners. Thank you for having us here. The Grenada Chess Federation was formally created in 2019, and within a short space of 5 years, we have done a tremendous amount of work with a small voluntary team. And with support from the community, from the government, from some corporate sponsors, we have achieved good things. And we're about to talk about our first ever independent chess tournament.
But even before we get to the independence, it probably would be good to set the tone for we got to 2019. Last year, you took a team to Budapest.
3 times we traveled last year. In fact, we went to Budapest, the first ever, the 45th Chess Olympiad, which is the Olympics of chess. And Grenada, for the first time, fielded a team of full 10 players, 5 males and 5 females. And what we achieved there relatively is miraculous. Because, for example, if I could just say the top highlight, we had a young man, 17 years old, who's unrated. So let's say it's the equivalent of a primary school performance.
Right.
Going to a university and achieving a first degree without going through secondary school and college. That's the achievement he made from an unrated player to a FIDE master. And a FIDE master is the 3rd highest title. Above it is international master and then grand master. And once you achieve a title, you maintain that title throughout life. And we in Grenada can boast, we have a FIDE master for our first attempt in a tournament, and it's a tremendous achievement from being unrated unknown.
I think that is in fact it's excellent, especially when you're in a period when we seem to chide our young people of not having any sense of value and direction. You get to realize, and it's in chess, one of those non-traditional games.
Well, it's hidden. A lot of good things are hidden from us traditionally too. And chess is perhaps the most magnificent game the human mind has distilled. And the young man, the personality of the young man is wonderful, is exemplary. I mean, chess players are highly disciplined. You become internally disciplined when you play chess. And this young man is a family-oriented. He's loving to his parents and his brothers. In fact, his older brother teach him chess, who now is scared of him. And he's very humble, and tremendous presence on the chessboard. When he's playing chess, is a different persona there. And he just took Grenada to the top.
Tell me something about that sets chess apart from another sport.
Like my board games? Well, you must be physically fit to play chess. To sit down for 5-7 hours at a game, grandmaster level game, you got to be physically fit. So a lot of training on the gym and outside is done, although you don't see any of it on the chessboard.
Right.
Chessboard is the principles of life. There are 6 major principles of life, and they're incorporated in the movement of the pieces of the chessboard.
Okay.
And in the organization of the pieces, in building relationship with the pieces. What that does to the psyche is organize the psyche. It channels the energy, and for young people, it gives them a chance to express their tremendous energy in a structured, creative way, or in a structured way that can be used creatively in all other aspects of life. you know.
And it's a game that takes a lot of mental acuity.
It's a game, a lot of thinking. It doesn't have chance. Some game with dice, the element of chance. So
Right.
to the extent you can control or influence the dice, you influence the game. But chess is pure thinking, and all the other your opponent's thoughts are on the board, your thoughts on the board, and you're working out which is the
move to make, what the counter move is. If he moves here, what are the possible up? What's my next move?
How do you maintain the power structure? And if you can't win, how do you draw? Win is one, draw is half, lose is zero. So like great draft players, it's similar to draft in one way.
Right.
Draft has one movement for all the pieces. Chess has 6 different movements. So again, thinking, analyzing, and putting on your power structures and learning. So I think certainly chess, the greatest benefit to young people, chess would be is learning how to handle situations in life, learning how to recover from failures, learning how to plan for your future, learning how to deal with consequences. Chess teaches this to our young people, and hence the Grenada Chess Federation is on a mission to bring chess nationwide to our young people.
And it'd probably be a good way when you talk about dealing with issues among young people, conflict resolution. Your opponent has you cornered, seemingly cornered, and you have to read, analyze, process. What next? Not to get into a regional fit.
No, you don't.
When I sit down there,
yes, you learn to respect. A deep respect is developing for your opponent, because for him to counteract your understanding and your play, he has read your play and great respect. And there's no yay and shouting and clapping in chess when you win. A humble shake hand. And if you look at the last chess, the World Chess Championship, different to the Olympics, both players were crying. The winners and the losers were in tears, in respect, in joy, in pain of each other's performances.
Is there a limit to a game?
Generally, the games need to be timed, and there's different timing. We're going to be using the classical timing, begins from 30 minutes. 30 minutes, then there's like 40 minutes, 40 moves within 1 hour timing, and there's 3-minute chess, there's 1-minute chess, so there's different timing levels. Classical chess is considered 40 movements in 90 minutes or 40 moves in 60 minutes.
What has the response been? You've been around since 2019. What has the response been to the Federation and your mandate?
Our humble efforts have received, I would suggest, adequate and remarkable response from the general public. We have an issue with transportation because we're small and focused in St. George's. We have an issue of access of other. We know there's interest.
Right.
We also planning to bring chess to all schools. It's a matter of having 2 chess boards to bring. As we create a chess club, we leave 2 chess boards in each school, so there's resources there. And we have done in the 2024. We have made 3 chess trips. We have taken our team 3 places to St. Vincent, where we won that championship, to Budapest, where we discovered a FIDE master, and to Aruba, where we came second in the Aruba Challenge. And in most cases, the young players who traveled there were all traveling for the first time. In the name of chess, Grenada chess.
Well, and experience on multiple fronts. Huh?
Multiple.
One represented Grenada, and 2, just the fact that you're traveling for the first time.
Yes.
Traveling, as they say, it opens the mind.
Yes.
It empties the pocket, though.
Thank God for the sponsors. The government is tremendous support, and we have some corporate sponsors supporting us. It's a voluntary organization, so we're not yet. Bigger chess and older chess federations have tournaments where you pay entry fee and you win a monetary prize. We're yet to get to that stage. Right now, we're cultivating the base of chess in Grenada.
And as part of that process, Independence Chess Tournament. Let's talk about the specifics about it, registration and all.
Oh, okay. So our first ever Independence, we're inviting everyone who plays chess to take part. It's in 2 categories, under 16 and open, male and female. It'll be in the 1st and 8th of February. The 1st and 8th of February 2025, the Olympic House in Grenada, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 6 hours of engagement every day. So far, we have 42 persons registered.
Okay.
And registered by GrenadaChess.com is our online platform. And if you type in GrenadaChess.com, you'll go straight to the registration page, and we'll take your details there.
Master Control, what you can do for me, if you could just pull up the website for me, and at least GrenadaChess.com.
Yeah.
If you could do that for me and throw it up on the screen, so at least persons can at least have an appreciation as to what the online platform looks like. So you've already have 42 persons that have registered
there so far. So we're looking forward to a good, keen competition. The under 16s are required to come on the 8th alone, only the second day, on the 8th of February, on the 16th. But the over 16s will come on the 2 days, on the 1st and the 8th.
Right.
So they want to note that the under 16, and in the under 16 category will be awarding 3 prizes: the under 16, the under 14, the under 10. Although they play in one category, their scores will be separated and will be awarded separately. The under 10s, the under 14s, and the under 16.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the male and female open. So we'll have a male champions and a female champion as our inaugural Independence Grenada chess.
What would be to that person out there? They probably have that parent or even a child that has the sense of apprehension. This is not for me. I am not that smart. I don't have the brain. You always hear and I guess it's for culture.
Yes.
You get a sense that a chess is for those guys that have this brilliant mind that is busted with information.
But our experience is that chess will make you a brilliant mind.
Right.
Chess will make you one of those guys if you play it. And it's for everybody. It's for everybody. Of course, interest. I mean, some people have more interest and talent towards a particular direction. But it's like going to the gym. JC, if you go to the gym every day, you may or may not become Mr. Universe.
Right.
But you'll certainly be fit.
Right.
So playing chess, you may or may not become a grandmaster or win massive games, but you will be psychologically fit and organizers of the mind. And that's, to me, the greatest benefit of chess. It's a mental gym. And we don't have much mental gyms around.
And I think you would agree that's a reason enough for parents to want to get an activity that you want the children to be a part of.
Yes, and that it can benefit the child directly in their daily life. You'll see the child behavior changing. You see keeping the room clean, participating in washing the dishes. You will see things that the child whole psyche and understanding of life falls into place. And chess does it without much words. It's a non-verbal game, but as I said earlier, the principles of life, the 6 major principles of life.
It gets manifested openly.
Yes.
And all of a sudden,
unconsciously, it trains you and organizes. It's like, you go to the gym and you pump in the iron and you don't know how the muscles is being built and strengthened, but it's being built and strengthened.
And interestingly, when you made that example, people on the outside, they normally they would see that development more than you've seen it.
And they will say, you get smart.
Right, and it's important that you will take those values you learned in school,
yes,
the patience, the ability to analyze, to review, to you apply that into the classroom.
Yeah, definitely.
And literally, it's going to help to transform the attitude towards the schoolwork and life on a whole.
Definitely. And for that purpose, we are focusing on chess in schools, 2 projects. Chess in schools, where we plan to create a chess club in every primary and secondary school in Grenada. And then there is the chess in education, where we have a visiting chess master, Leandro Garcia, who came here previously a couple of years ago, and he's using chess as a teaching tool and a thinking tool. So he's taking that dimension of chess, and we plan to have him soon back in Grenada, and we plan to develop chess like that. So we plan to give our young people a place that they can exercise their mind, channel their energies, and become productive, and let's uncover genius.
And maybe it's a good option for parents that are worried about their children getting involved in those physically challenging sports. A mother said to me, she don't want your child football. They say you break your leg, you fall down. And this one, listen, we don't broken bones. He's not going to come home bloodied because somebody tackled him too hard.
Yes.
Nothing like that.
But as a former footballer and athlete, I think what has happened is that when we get too competitive, when we lost the joy of sports, when we're looking for just win at all costs, we hurt each other and ourselves. I think sporting, as a former footballer and athlete myself, there is joy in it, but pushing to the point of breaking up bones and so on, it's a bit much, and I think that's when competition went overboard. So I wouldn't discourage. Play chess and football,
right?
But certainly for people who are, it's more the attitudes of the players and the club and the game that breaks bones than the game itself.
Than the game itself. Yeah. Some schools already have. I think the Presidential Brothers College, they have a chess club.
Yes, we have have one in GBSS. We're creating one in Happy Hill Secondary School. There's one in SAS, and we plan to create more as we go along. So we also plan to do chess in communities. And what we're doing, for example, in TAMCC, we're raising some young people to help spread chess and to help monitor chess and to help teach and inspire schools. So we need to create a cadre of people to bring the chess forward.
I think it's a really, really excellent idea, and I hope with time that some of those misnomers that there is about the game is going to be reduced, and persons will literally see the opportunities that's available and that's sitting ahead of us, and so that at least we can get involved. So there is the first ever independence chess competition that is set for the 1st and the 8th
February.
You did say that it's from 10 to 4. There is an
Olympic House.
In the Olympic House. Remind us again of the age group.
On the 16th.
And what days, who participates on what days?
It's on the 16th, and the over 16 participate on the 1st and the 8th, the 2 days, and the under 16 participate on the 2nd day only, on the 8th only. So they have less games to play. They have less timing. The adult timing is 30 minutes plus 30 seconds for each move, and 30 minutes for the game and 30 plus 30 seconds after each move, and for the young ones is 15 minutes plus 15 seconds. Yep. So it's all there. All chess players will know the timings, and we want to encourage as much people as possible, adults and youths, to come forward and take part in our first ever annual chess tournament.
Remind us 3 benefits to be derived from playing chess.
Vision, reflection, and contentment.
Vision.
Reflection.
Bring down vision for
Vision is looking forward in the future, planning, seeing what your life is all about. Programming yourself to be a success in whatever direction you choose. Vision, that's one. Reflection, looking back at things, looking at the patterns in your life, those that were successful, those are failure. Looking at the reflection of other people's activities in your life and participation in your life and how this contributes to you being whole. Reflection. And then contentment. There's a great joy, like how after you eat a good meal or drink a good drink, you can relax and enjoy it. After you play a good game, after you achieve certain success in your life, you can take a moment with friends and family and enjoy contentment. And that's one of our major objectives of life.
And I would say too, and as you would agree with me, that it is not about touting yourself as being a winner, but being able to appreciate the values that you get from being part of the game.
What we found is that those people who tout and brag, they don't get very far, because when you lose, it hurts so much inside, they never play again. So we try that people, don't, I'm going to beat you, that kind of approach. That don't work in chess. It quickly shuts you up and you don't play. So the players who make it are the humble ones, who take the licks and who say, okay, we challenge each other, let's push each other, and we go respectfully.
But there could be some benefits to be derived from you challenging yourself. That's assuming that you can manage it. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
But even if you don't, you still then realize, as an old GBSS boy, the price to the one who wins it. That the game, as Miss Asbin always said to us, the game of chess, win or lose, is always going to be its own reward.
Amen. The game is its own reward. Yes.
So folks, get involved in chess.
Yes.
How can we reach the association?
Again, Grenada@chess.com and 410-9212.
So it is 410.
WhatsApp 9212.
9212.
At GrenadaChess.com.
GrenadaChess.com.
And just to mention that we've secured 1 year, because of the trip to Budapest, we created relationships and secured 1 year free training with Dr. Buya, a South African former captain who brought the team to Olympics many times. So we have online training for Grenadian men in particular. So we're looking forward to good things very soon.
Looking forward to some really great things. You want to register early for the first ever independence chess competition that is set for the 1st and the 8th. There is the under 16, over 16. The under 16, they participate on the first day. The over 16 on day number 2, 10 to 4 each day. Be part of the conversation. 410. 9212, and you could inquire as to what next from here. Thank you, Kwabena Amen, and he is the chair of the Chess in Schools, which is of course one of the sub-arms of the Grenada Chess Federation.
Thank you, JC, and thank you very much, GBN.
I mean, I was surprised when I saw the team. I remember who was sending me updates. Ruggles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ruggles was sending me daily updates, so we're putting it in the news. I'm like,
yes.
Budapest. Who would have imagined?
Who would have imagined? Yeah, I mean, amazing.
Who would have possibly imagined?
Yes.
A team, young,
unrated, on first time, inexperienced, and that shows the potential of our people, mental capacity.
The power of the mind.
The Grenadian mind. I would like to say.
You can believe it. You can conceive it, and you can achieve it. Until then, folks, this is where we leave the conversation, because you know why? All good things must come to an end. And while we can do this all day, for the purpose of time management, we have other things and other places to be. At the top of the hour, we will relink with the BBC for a bulletin of news. Folks, if you're going to work for 8 o'clock, it means you should already be on the JOB. If you're a cashier, you should be sitting at your station, you have your cash till, and you are ready to serve at 8. If you are anywhere else, but in the building, and not just in the building, but at your desk, and it's important, and it's all part of that sense of professionalism that you have to develop mentally. You know, very often we chide our children, but why they can't wake up in the morning? They have to go to school. But what about you as the adults? What time do you reach to work? Think about it. He's seen you rushing out. You're rushing out to get the bus. Why should he rush out of his bed? Mommy and busy? Think about it. They are mirroring us in ways more often than we realize. Until then, so long, everybody. JC loves you. Have yourself a really, 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 really great day. I know some parts of the nation is a bit wet on the outside. Well, whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstances, today I want to encourage you. If life hands you lemon, make yourself some lemonade. It hands you stone. Well, why not sit down, get a chip and stone, and open yourself a quarry? You will find somebody has a project that they need you to build. Until then, so long, everybody. It's your boy JC Kwabena Amen here with you, and we're saying so long. Have yourself a supercalifragilistic expialidocious day. Have a great one. We are out of here, Grenada.